I'm at Supernova Pop Culture Expo with Craig Parker, who is known for being Haldir in the Lord of the Rings films, as well as being in Xena and many other things. Hello, how you doing?
Hello, I'd love to meet you.
How fierce was the competition for a part in Lord of the Rings back when the first castings began?
You know, back in the day, I'm sure it was. It seemed to just kind of, went in, and I hadn't read the books at all. I didn't know the books, and so I was going,
you're not one of us.
Well, no, I am now. I'm full geek. It's just I was more sci-fi geek than fantasy geek. But I must admit, when I got the script, and I was going, pixies? They what? Elves? Pixies? I was like, so I knew a bit about it, but sort of did it, and I think generally with auditions, you do them. The best thing to do is walk away and forget them, because otherwise you go crazy. And then got a call a week later from the casting director going, "Come and be an elf," which was very exciting.
So there wasn't a punch up in the waiting room before going into the audition?
No, we're New Zealanders. We're very civilized. Maybe in Australia that's how you do things, but convicts. But no, it's we're very genteel in New Zealand. We just go, "Well done, you've got my job."
Look, since then, New Zealand has become like a legitimate place to launch an international acting career. How big a difference has that movie made to the careers of New Zealand actors like yourself?
Well, I think it plays a part of that, but I live in Los Angeles now, and it's full of Australians and New Zealanders, and you guys, absolutely outweighed us for a few years, but we're catching up. That
New Zealanders don't like to stay in New Zealand, that's what I've seen.
well, it's also the industry has changed so much. There is and there are American sort of casting directors from different networks and shows who are champions of Australasians, because we turn up on time. Most of us have had a period of growing up in Home and Away or Shortland Street in New Zealand or Neighbours, and those shows teach you a very practical, pragmatic view of working too. It's like you don't throw a tantrum, you don't stay in your trailer, you don't play the diva, you turn up and you do your job and you know your words and you get on with people. And
it's like watching the Italian soccer team play otherwise, isn't it? They're just falling all over themselves and
falling
whinging.
over and this is not generally in America, but there are, you do occasionally work with kids who just behave appallingly, and you go, this is not what a star is. A star is, Judi Dench turns up on time. She knows her stuff. So
stay in school and do your work, kids.
Well, it's kind of just, be a professional about it, not a diva. But so that's been, I think, in our favour, and it is too. It's New Zealand. I love New Zealand, but it's a small market, and to have access to a lot of other things, you have to be international. But because of like pads and this and the interweb thing that this is on, people here now are auditioning by you send a tape and it's 2 seconds, and so that's changed the way casting works around the world too.
How much work did it actually mean for you, like in terms of hours on set, actual days at work, to do your part in those two films?
With Lord of the Rings? Peter shoots a lot. He likes to shoot, each film is actually 58 hours long. So, I was doing a TV show up in Auckland, but would fly down to wherever they were for a couple of weeks. And sometimes you literally sit around for 2 weeks doing nothing, in a beautiful hotel in a great location, which I'm not complaining about. But I guess over a year and a half I would go back and forth. I don't actually, but it was months of work for a very small amount in the film, but the joy of just being part of it, I loved.
Did you love having fabulous blonde hair?
I loved the fabulous blonde hair. It was a beautiful wig, real human hair, but I'm not a great fan of blonde for me. I think there are other people it suits a little better.
Now, what was the physical training like, so you could actually perform in the battle at Helm's Deep?
There was Bob Anderson, who's passed away now, who's
Swordsmaster to the stars.
To the stars. He would fight with Errol Flynn. He was that glorious man. He headed up the sword team, and I love, stunt teams are just some of the best people in the world. They're all the big tough boys who are the gentlest, sweetest people, and they are incredibly patient. So I'm not the most coordinated person, but they would drill me and drill me and drill me, and yeah, very patient. So hopefully by the time you get to set, you're not going to kill someone or kill yourself. And then you also know that someone's going to do a pass of that in the same outfit that they can cut together and make you look really flash. So
How helpful was that training when you stepped into Spartacus Blood and Sand?
There was a lot of the same crew, actually, a lot of the same stunt crew working on Spartacus as had worked on Rings.
Oh, it's Craig.
Yeah, all right. Let's schedule another month for this. It's a basic process of, the choreography is similar, but the elves would fight in a much more sort of Japanese katana way, where Spartacus is, gladiator, and it's I think the elves did two-handed, whereas the Romans were one-handed as well. So it's a different style of fighting, but again, very, very, very patient stunt team who worked very patiently with me.
So we've mentioned 3 of the things you've been in which are fantasy. What are the hidden issues and problems you come across being in fantasy film work? Now, for example, I look at those costumes and think there's a lot of chafing on set.
Oh yeah, chafing is a big thing, and even the most comfortable, beautiful costume when you try it on, and Nyla Dixon, who is the costume designer for Rings, it's exquisite. The stuff they make is exquisite, and Weta, who built the armor, it's as comfortable as it can be. But when you wear something every day for 16, 17, 18 hours on set, everything chafes, and by the end of the day, with Spartacus, I had a sort of leather
Cuirass type thing?
Cuirass, yes. I don't even know what that means, but I thought it was a drink. But
a thing over your chest is a cuirass.
And it is, crew loved me. It was a hilarious little gag at the end of the day, in a hot studio. I'd go, hey, buddy, come here. I've got to tell you a secret. And then you sort of suck your chest in and lean forward and then push. And this blast of fetid, stinky, horrible, body-sweated air blasted into the person's face. They loved me for it. So you find things to amuse yourself. But,
Now, you are also a poker champ, a TV poker champion.
Oh, bless the internet.
Who taught you to play poker?
I still, to this day, do not know how to play poker. There was a friend was doing a television show that was, poker. Everyone does television shows about poker for some reason. And it was a sort of charity thing. And I went, oh, yeah, have a go. And I played so appallingly that all the other poker players, the serious poker players, could not read me. And
I was about to ask you for tips on picking other people's tells, but you were just the duffer.
You just bid when you've got a 3 and a 7. You go, I'm all in. And and I sort of went through and then finally got into the final. And I was playing, All Blacks and, super tough, sporty guys. And they're all so competitive too. Sports players have got to win. And it was brilliant. They were just infuriated as this person and because it's a TV show, you can see what cards I have. So they knew exactly how stupid I was at the end of it. But I won. Yeah. It's great.
Are you going to take that to Vegas now? See if being completely stupid with the cards can win?
You've got a casino here, haven't you? I might pop on down. No, it's better to play with fake money or someone else's money, I find. The idea of sitting at a casino and just sliding your cash to a large corporation seems a bit stupid, unless you're getting a lot of free drinks. So.
Craig Parker, lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you. Thank you very much for having us. So many hands. Cheers.